Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Because, hey, in the big picture, folks, what can you say? AKA a lot. Why? Because we're going to say a lot on this show, Getting Home Sourced with G, as I'm your host, Gianno. And I got to start off by saying, of course, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my listeners around the world. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. You're the best. You rock, because why? The show rocks. So when the show rocks, you guys rock and make it happen. So I appreciate that. But I wanted to start off by saying about, well, it's that time of year again. And what is it? Well, besides the holidays, it's the dreaded Mercury in retrograde. Yes, folks, the dreaded Mercury in retrograde is upon us and started on November 25th and will go until December 15th. And for all those that may not believe it, or like me, I believe it, because every time during this year and this time period, it gets a little bit funky with people. And Mercury in retrograde in general, for those that don't know, communication issues, whether it be telephone or talking or computer or electronics, they say it's like not a great time to do contracts or to get into something, wait until that period passes. I don't know, folks. I mean, again, I feel, to me, with Mercury in retrograde, it gets a little bit wonky at times, but it's also good too, because as much as they make it out to be a negative, I will say it's a positive, because it also makes you reflect, it makes you think things through, and also you want to make sure that during this time period that you're not quick to do things. You just got to take your time, deep breaths, and if you find people getting agitated for no reason or confrontational, or you're just like, why did that person say that for, or what have you, just keep in mind they might be taken over by the cosmic forces of Mercury in retrograde. So I just wanted to bring that out to everybody, because I think it's important that I like to share those kind of cosmic things that are in the heavens. But for this show today, we're going to talk about referrals, and with obviously communication being key, I think referrals is a very important topic. But before I talk about referrals, and speaking of referrals, I'm going to be in, where else? My hometown of New York City, Manhattan. And I'm going to be there December 16th through the 20th. So if you're in Midtown, if you want to have a coffee and a bagel, Essa Bagels, that's my spot, or Tal Bagel. I'm giving you both props. I love you both, and you're both near each other and close to where I'm going to be in the Midtown East Side. Come and check me out. Give me a call. Hit me up. 888-528-2810, my toll-free G number, and I'll be NYCG for that week coming up. And also, you can get a hold of me via my email, Gianno, Gianno, at VegasHomesource.com. And, of course, my website, GiannoBuonagoro.com or VegasHomesource.com, whichever one makes you happy. But I'm going to be there. I also do commercial as well, so I wanted to touch bases on that. So part of the reason why I go to New York, besides seeing family and friends, is because I also have business dealings there. So if you're in commercial, or you have questions about high-rise or apartments, leasing, buying, what have you, just like I said, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy. That's like my landscape and my canvas. I love going back there every year as much as I can. So again, December 16th through the 20th, NYCG making the show appearance. We're going to be live, so we're going to be doing shows there too. So it's going to be fun. So I just wanted to touch bases with that. And that's, again, part of the referral process. Why? Because I made contacts. I have clients looking at property. Got in touch with my referral friends back in NYC. Hence, there you go. Hop on the plane, get down there, and take care of business. So that's what we do. We travel everywhere. So again, referrals 2025, that's going to be huge, folks. I mean, for people that are in real estate that are listening to the show, that are agents or brokers or broker owners, and consumers that are listening to the show, again, with everything that's been going on with 2024 being very topsy-turvy and a lot of legalities that have took place here in the U.S. with the National Association of Realtors, now that things are kind of calming down and smoother waters are taking place, really it gets back to the basics. And I've been doing this for 26 years, folks. So that's what I do. I talk, I connect. And if I'm not doing the business with somebody, I'm putting two people together to make it work because that's what I do. But with 2025 coming upon us, I think it's important to understand for people that are now going into the Christmas parties with brokerages and realtors are basically doing what we call in-house deals. So let's say if you have a company like Berkshire Hathaway or Sotheby's or whoever else is out there, Century 21, that have offices in the US and then they want to refer business out to Europe or Asia or South America or Africa, what have you, they have offices popping up all over the world. So world connections are important. Now, of course, how do you find out who's a good person to work with? I mean, it goes a lot deeper than that. And of course, that's for another show. But I wanted to touch on the fact that referrals, communicating with people, whether it's in office, so if it's a Sotheby's to Sotheby's agent or Douglas Elliman to a Century 21, don't be fearful. It could be outside office as well. I've done business where we're outside the office and I'm with HomeSmart Encore. We're a nationwide U.S. company. But again, I do my business outside of the states as well as doing in-state. And again, I can work with other real estate brokerages, not a problem. So don't be fearful of that. But the reason for referrals and why I feel it's important is because of the fact of migration, because in the world, you see a shift. There's a lot of people taking money, especially in the US, and investing elsewhere because they know that unfortunately the US is upside down. So with the United States having upside down problems because of the current administration and the government and the direction that it's going and the unfortunate stats that we're in, which is basically inflation, high prices with gas, with food, what have you. A lot of people are trying to take advantage of other countries and cities for economic opportunity as well as personal growth. So when people are moving money outside of the United States, and again, they're coming into Mexico, and just to give you a perfect example, Cabo San Lucas, for instance, when I was reading the Baja California Sur, which is the BCS Noticias, which is the newspaper, they were stating that 75% hotel occupancy all year going through to November. So January of 24 to November of 24, 74% occupancy, or 75% occupancy, I'm sorry, in 2024 is pretty strong. I mean, there are just about 4.6 million visitors that have come into Cabo San Lucas corridor from San Jose down. And they're coming for what? For investment, for entertainment, for vacation, for events, whether it's going to be land sports or water sports, whether it's whale watching or snorkeling as opposed to horseback riding, eco-friendly. The main thing is that money is being moved. And as I talked about before my prior shows, that Cabo specifically, since COVID, has generated over $5 billion US dollars in real estate sales. So what does that tell you, folks? That tells you that a lot of people from all over the world, not just US and Canada, are coming into Cabo. But for the sake of real estate and me being a realtor for 26 years in the US and now going on 3 in Mexico, It's important that you need relationships. Real estate is based upon relationships. It's based upon people. You have to be able to articulate. It's not about the phone anymore. I mean, I know that a lot of people are always on their phone. We're always checking things out. And who knows, you're listening to my show on your phone right now, which is great. But when it comes time to talk to people, whether it's agents or consumers or clients or whoever, you have to be able to get that personality. You have to be able to be personable in general to make a transaction, putting people together, making business deals work. That's why a lot of times people like to play golf. You do deals on the golf course, you do deals in restaurants, you do deals in offices, right? So you're around people all the time communicating. And again, as far as referrals go, I want to give another big shout out to my friends over in Dubai. They're making a big run, folks. I got to give, props where props is due. I love the fact that people from Dubai, realtors and developers are making a push in the US. They've already come to cities like Boston, Los Angeles, New York, Miami. Why are they doing this? Because they are now getting into the gaming industry. They have just, as I mentioned again, probably about a couple of months ago, I'll say it again, that Wynn Hotels over here, Wynn Encore, is going out to Ras, which is a city 45 minutes north of Dubai, and they're going to do a hotel casino resort. So what does that mean? That means that now they're getting their realtor friends to come into the United States to go to the major cities and promote what is going on in real estate in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, which I think is fantastic because I, unfortunately, because of traveling down to Mexico, I missed the Dubai Expo here in Vegas. So I have to find out when the next one is. And if anybody's listening on the show that is coming to Vegas for the expo and you're in town and you're listening, please reach out to me. I'd love to attend and meet with you. I think it's fascinating with what you guys are doing. So keep up the good work there. So before we get down to the second half of the show, I'd like to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Are you looking for a national and international realtor for your real estate needs? Are you in the market to buy, sell, invest, renting, or leasing? Do you need someone that handles residential, commercial land across the globe? Well, here in Las Vegas, Gianno is in your backyard where he covers Nevada, Arizona, and Mexico. Gianno can help you directly, but wait, if you are outside Gianno's border crossing, getting home sourced has you covered. Because with our partnership group, Gianno is connected worldwide, but not only throughout the US, but like your Visa card. Gianno is everywhere you want him to be. So don't be shy. Call him, email, or even text as he answers the phone every day all day. Then guide you to his partners, because remember, at Getting Home Sourced, Gianno is the source of the source.
Hey, thanks so much. Second part of the show. And as always, I want to say thank you guys for listening. I love it. I love you guys. You make it what happens, and I enjoy bringing the information and bringing the now to you live when I can. So, with that being said, getting back into the back end of the show, again, talking to people. I know a lot of agents don't answer their phone. I had that pet peeve before, and a lot of people just don't answer their phones in general. They rather text. They feel as though maybe it's an ADD issue. They can't handle stopping what they're doing, texting, writing emails, and talking at the same time and being focused and specific. But if you're going to be successful in real estate and being able to help clients and be a professional like myself, and I pride myself on being a professional, you have to be able to answer your phone because that is my biggest pet peeve, as I've told people before. But more importantly, you have to be able to be articulate and intelligent and understanding cultures. That's why with the Real Estate Association, we have classes like CIPS, which is Certified International Property Specialist, which I'm a proud member of now, going on 2 years. Also, the ABR, we have an accredited buyer broker representative. So now I'm a buyer's agent for a broker representation when you're representing buyers that want to buy property here in the United States. And you also have Inman, which is kind of like the source of the source, as I like to say. They're the movers and shakers. A lot of Inman conventions that take place all over the country where they give you the inside scoop. Matter of fact, they're going to be in New York, I believe, in December. Hopefully, while the time that I'm there, I like to come and check them out. So I got my fingers crossed for that. But the message is that people need to be more than just MLS and just throwing out MLS data, sending people MLS sheets and properties. You have to kind of really understand and know who you're working with, and more importantly, what's going on in your city. And like I said, as far as Vegas goes, yeah, we're growing. Of course, we always have our downfalls where we have, unfortunately, our Clark County school system is really not the greatest. I mean, as far as like being fourth from the worst in the country, I don't know, is that what tells you? But take it for what that's worth. But then again, at the end of the day, the academies, the private schools obviously are strong and in the top tier in the country. But with overall referrals, the migration, people shifting and moving all over the world. Like, let's say you have, South Africa coming into Morocco, into Spain, into Portugal, into France, what have you. They're migrating north, right? And then you have people from Europe migrating to South America, and then you have South Americans moving into Mexico, and then vice versa. Canadians coming into the U.S., U.S. going to Canada. Everybody's moving around. It's just 2025 is going to be the big year of change, but also referrals. And as a realtor like myself, I pride myself in having a referral base. You have to know who you're working with. You have to know who you're dealing with. A lot of times on social media, you see people putting out posts in different real estate groups. Who do you know? Who do you know I'm looking for? Can you recommend? What do you suggest? You see those all the time. And you're just getting thousands of people clamoring to be that one person that is going to take that advice, right? So, but you don't know because everybody's tastes are different. When you recommend restaurants or
Can I
recommend
take your order,
where to
please?
go, what to do, you're taking it upon people's opinions. But at the end of the day, you really need facts. And if you want facts, you have to do a little bit more than just putting out a question on social media and hope it gets answered, because you got to do a little bit of a deep dive on that. So, but I think that overall, take the time. We're going to get through Mercury and retrograde, because I know I've already experienced the retrograde effect. A lot of people tend to be a little bit more introverted, and that's fine. I'm an extrovert, as of course I am, because I have my podcast show and I love talking, of course. But you have to be mindful, I think, and be aware of your surroundings with the people that you are dealing with and that are working with, and do your homework. Don't always rely on somebody to do all the work for you, because what happens at the end of the day, it's like a stock. If you're in crypto and somebody says, "Hey, Bitcoin went over 100,000, sell now before you get stuck." And am I asking you to sell it, or as opposed to saying, "Well, I think you should watch it, keep an eye on it." But if I tell you to go and sell it, and then you sell it and something happens, who are you going to blame? Me or you? Well, you're going to be mad at me because I told you to do something that maybe you didn't want to do. But then again, you didn't do your own research to figure it out for yourself if that was a smart move. So, with that being said, this is what I'm talking about. Referrals, know who you're working with, develop your sphere. And before we go online asking for people, who should we work with, or who has a realtor in what city or country or state, or, if you're going to a certain destination place and you're trying to find things out, there's plenty of information online. Just check it out, do some homework, and then cross reference with what you're asking. It's just protecting yourself down the road. So this way you don't have a bad experience. And especially in real estate, you don't want to have a bad experience working with another realtor, let alone a buyer's agent or a development or a project or a seller. Because again, 2025 is going to be a very prosperous year. I know it. So again, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for listening. Again, New York City, December 16th to the 20th. You know how to get a hold of me, Gianno at VegasHomeSource.com. Telephone number, toll free G. I'm pushing it for you guys. It's free phone call, 888-528-2810. And speaking of which, again, because I have a US based phone, it's important to understand, if you don't want to leave me a message, that's fine. Please email me. I could get through to you faster if you feel more comfortable. But because the phone is going to be in English, just leave me a message. My team will get back to you, or I'll get back to you personally. But I can't text you So if I don't get a voice message from you, I don't know when you're calling. So please leave me a message. I will get in touch with you. Leave me your telephone number. I will get in touch with you. And if that doesn't work for you, just email me, Gianno at VegasHomeSource.com. Easiest way to go. And then this way we can do one-on-one. But if not myself, I have my team taking care of it for you. So with that being the case, hopefully we'll see you in New York City. God bless. We got Christmas coming up pretty soon. So get ready for the holidays and Hanukkah for that matter as well. So we want to capture all holidays, Kwanzaa, the whole 9 yards. So happy holidays to everybody. Look forward to hopefully seeing everybody in New York City. Reach out to me. Take care. God bless. Love you. Talk to you soon. Take care.